don't do any gaming today, so we have only this why he left MrBeast. If you don't know the context, then this guy worked for MrBeast and he had to do this challenge where he was to be in basically like in a prison cell for like confinement prison for like 30 days. And he failed because he was basically about to go insane there. That mustache, yeah, it is what it is. I know, where not my style. I wouldn't pull this off, but you know.
He gets taken down. I hope it doesn't. I'm choosing my words very carefully, as I have for the past 5 years. Before we really get started, I just want to go ahead and say that in the top link in the description, I have a link to a fundraiser to help fight against child sex trafficking, schmafficking. I hate the internet. The reason I'm choosing this fundraiser is because just fully coincidentally, I got to do this show. It was a benefit show to prevent child sex trafficking. And the show was on the 30th. Funny enough,
okay.
I was booked on that show like a month ago before any of this came out. And I know what you're thinking, like a comedian at a show to fundraise to fight child sex trafficking? How am I going to make this funny? Well, I gave it a try. I was building off of one of the things the speaker said. Rich and famous and powerful people, you know, they're the ones who often get away with this kind of thing, you know? And that's when I think Drake lost the rap battle. One guy laughed, you know?
I don't know.
If you know me, you know I love just throwing out casual legal disclaimers for no reason. Why would I throw out a casual disclaimer for no reason? Well, maybe it was because, full coincidence, I was hanging out with some lawyers who specialize in NDA law for no reason. For no reason. Because those types of laws can be really, really tricky, you know, especially when, you know, certain people don't want things to get out. You know, you get worried that, you know, if you sign something, oh no. That's why you go to a lawyer to figure out what you can and can't say.
I mean, that's very smart because everything he can say is, you know, is gonna has this potential to be very harmful for him as well. Because first of all, he talked with Talkback 404, and now, you know, he's going to talk about this like even further. So to just protect himself, he needs to say everything, you know, in a very, very discreet manner. So it's a very smart thing to do. I'm pretty sure he also let the lawyers actually watch this video before it was actually aired as well, because you really need to cover all the bases when it comes to that. And it's very nice that he's using this drama, this platform, to actually push this link as well, so you can donate or support the cause as well. So I think that's very, very nice of him to do as well.
I called my buddy, let's say his name is Mark. I called him because he lives there and he's connected with the law enforcement and the lawyers and the legal stuff, you know? I thought, who else do I call? So I called him back after I talked to the lawyers who I didn't need. And I was like, oh my God, that lawyer is so nice. She's so great. Thank you for sending me her way. She is fantastic. And then my buddy Mark, my friend Mark, his name is Mark. He goes, hey man, just a heads up. I know a lot of the law enforcement in Greenville because I used to live over there. And apparently, a lot of them are working right now for one guy, company, entity. A lot of them are on the same dime, working overtime.
I wonder what that can be. Interesting, right?
I didn't think anything of that. I thought, that's a little extra. Anyway, I don't know if that corroborates anything that somebody else, you know, has been posting, because they allegedly have, you know, insider information from allegedly, you know, the inside of some alleged entity. Can you tell I talk to lawyers? This video is about nothing.
That's it. Now we're gonna cut it. We're just gonna end this video right here. This video is about nothing.
A lot of people don't come forward about stuff, you know, wherever they work, because they're worried that if they do, their career is going to be over, or their friends are going to lose their jobs, or, you know, maybe if I'm nice publicly, I'll have a chance to, you know, come back and do another thing for.
I mean, this is actually super true, and it happens everywhere, like every single workplace, you know. Most, I would say like 99% of the people are not like, this is made up statistics, but most people are not gonna say anything. Even they're not gonna even discuss the bad experience, or the, like, just say it's like a neutral experience, because you never know who you talk to, or like who has a friend working in that company and so on. So people try to protect their bases, which makes sense. They just, you know, keep it safe. But that's, in a way, it's a problem, because people, you know, don't really know what happens in those companies. The one thing that is the most pathetic is I've seen on LinkedIn. If you guys know what LinkedIn is, it's basically like Facebook, but for like professional stuff mostly, which is actually very unprofessional nowadays, just full of memes and shit like that. And the most pathetic thing is when people get laid off, they get fired and they still gonna write a huge ass story about how grateful they are for the experience and shit like that, and like basically just saying like, oh yeah, it was so good experience, and you know, everything was so great and fine and dandy, even though they just get let go. And it's like so cringe. Like the company, you invested all your time, effort, and you know, maybe like your soul, in a way, your creative soul and your ideas is just gonna boot you because, you know, the shareholders didn't like the reports of the profits and so on, so you're just gonna be let go for that. Not that it was your fault, but you know, the company needs to save some money somehow.
Here's a game. Donate to the link in my chat and don't say anything. Don't talk about it. Don't film yourself doing it. Just do it. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. Going on that thing was the first.
I think that if you want to donate or do something like that, unless you're having like a fundraiser, you know, then that's the right thing to do. You just donate because you believe in what you donate to, and you don't need to talk about or advertise it. Like, that's the right thing to do.
And I'm actually going to be uploading one video here on this channel every day until the Batman takes off his mask. I'm kidding. But not every single video I post is going to be tea. You know, maybe I'll sneak some tea in somewhere. You know, I'm sure there's a handful of people watching everything I upload up to this point like a hawk. And that's
for the tea. Subscribe for that tea. Maybe there's gonna be tea, maybe not. That's pretty smart move, you know. So at least people are gonna watch the video for like some periods of time. But maybe there's a tea, maybe there's not. You never know.
I want to talk about this. It's raining right now, so I don't know if that's gonna come up, but I don't have a lot of time. I gotta get this out. This was given to me by a really good friend of mine, like a lifelong friend of mine, and you can see on the date that it says 2020 because that's when I was officially no longer an employee. And he got me that because I was supposed to start my own thing. I was supposed to go ahead and do my own stuff.
Good.
And he's one of those guys that's like really like not into the feminine frou-frou stuff, which is fine. You know, we get along. It's funny. So when he gave it to me, he said, "This isn't a gift. This is not a gift. It's an investment." I said, "Then why is it wrapped like that, silly goose?" You can look back at my old videos, and it was up, and I haven't had it up in a while, but it's up now.
I like this guy is so emotional. It's like
I was supposed to be the fourth banana. Supposed to be Jimmy, Chris, Chandler, me. These are conversations I had that I was in the writer's room, and I was like, when do I get some screen time? And I never did because I didn't agree with everything. I didn't like the content. I kind of thought a lot of people were assholes. Not even like a weird like Discord chat way, you know, just like a, "Oh, that's a banger, dude. Oh, that's a fuck." You know, I mean, that's not my vibe. I don't like backwards hat skateboarding motherfuckers getting a lot of money and being praised like they were geniuses. But regardless, Carl, one of your friends that you play Among Us with, I forget who, she saw me. She was there. She talked to me. And Eric, I don't know if this made it in the doc. Dude, no harm, no foul. And also no harm, no foul to the Carl's friend either. You guys are fine. I just would appreciate it if you acknowledge that you were there and you saw me there. That's all.
Well, those guys can't say anything because they're still part of the team, so obviously they have a...
I mean, I have an image of me there. There I am. I'd be really crazy for me to fake that. That's a...
They can't really do anything because they're like the current employees of MrBeast, so they can't really say anything either, even if they wanted to. I understand why this guy is like, you know, coming in, you know, with shots fired. I can understand why, but you know, those guys who he is speaking about can't say anything either because they're employed, and if they would say anything or like go crazy with it, then they would get sued as well, and so on. So I guess those guys are just hoping that this blows over and they can essentially continue to just work without like nothing happened, even though I don't think that's going to be the case. And the second thing, yes, agreed, it's related with the NDA, but technically they could say if this guy is right or not. They could call out or like just say that whatever he said is actually true, because this guy also said signed the NDA. So, you know what I mean? But they can't because they're employed and they don't want to get fired. So it's very difficult to do the right thing, I guess. Even if it, yeah, that would mean that they lose their job and whatever.
Other things I know to be true, a lot of people there thought we should have pulled the plug a lot sooner. A lot of people spoke up about getting me out. And I know this to be true. I wanted to get out sooner than I was allotted. They should have the footage, and if they don't, then they don't. A useful idiot told me it is in some servers. Now I'm going to talk about some opinions. The content's not good. It's not good.
I bet it's not good when this guy was basically losing his mind in a prison cell. It's not a good content. When the producers come in and say, you made some sounds and it's like you were like behaving like you were haunted. I mean, try to be in a confinement cell for like 2 weeks or how long he was. I think he was for 2 weeks because he got like 1400k, yeah? It's not a good content. It's not a content you want to show show kids.
It's algorithm SEO bullshit. Dogpad was talking about mind control, and when I was first watching the doc, I was like, oh, I mean, it's just what commercials do, it's just what advertising does, but
yep.
Yeah, that's also bad. Like, can we think about that? Can we think about how advertising and marketing, like, there's a lot of tricks that they literally trick you into buying stuff, and like video games that, like, with the microtransactions, like, that's all, yeah, based on like science targeted to kids and their brains.
That is 100% true. We already know that. All the microtransactions, it's basically like just there's teams of psychologists that are trying to pump out new ways for the corporations to do those unethical marketing tricks just to get people to spend more money. Some aspects I can understand. Back then you didn't have the server costs. Now everything is online and you have online stuff like, you know, gameplay and all that. It's not peer-to-peer. You had to run the servers, so on. It costs money. I understand, but it has gone like super wild.
Our phones are drugs. Like our phones are like the dopamine, you know, the happy chemicals that go off in your brain when you do like drugs. You know, your phone does that, and we give that to kids.
Yeah, that's dopamine.
If I had a kid, I wouldn't let them get a phone until they were like 16, and that's just me. If a phone is a drug, some people give out that drug to children, like candy, like they're dressed up as Willy Wonka or something.
Who might that be? Maybe the guy who owns a chocolate factory? Maybe the guy who is promoting his chocolate every chance he gets? I don't
know. That's an opinion about algorithms and how they influence content and how the entire YouTube industry has seemed to shape around that. Another opinion I have is that the culture, this isn't a trade secret or anything, you know, but the culture around, you know, some of the places I worked, yeah, if you didn't kiss the ring, you'd lose your career. And if you didn't talk nice to reporters, you wouldn't be allowed back. You'd be in the out group. And even if you kissed all the rings, you're still in the out group because maybe you're just...
The toxic leadership thing, that's cancer. It's nothing gets done correctly. That's why we have so many products, so many games. You know, when you have like toxic relationship with your managers and so on, it's not good. And usually shit is gonna come out.
If in the hypothetical scenario, somebody were to hire people to dig up dirt on other people for the purpose of defaming them, so they seem less credible, hypothetically, did they offer me $100,000? Yes, indeed. Did I take it? Yes, I did. Was it under the assumption of shush money? No, of course. They would never do that.
Interesting. The taxman always gets you. Never mess with the taxes. 100k to keep silent.
I was told by the man in charge that this is just payment for the challenge. Because I was in there for 11 days. And I did some challenges. So I got a good chunk of change. And I was told it was because that's what I had completed up to that point. And that is true. If they're doing a deep dive on my financials, I'm broke, fellas. I'll save you the trouble.
Deep time. That's me when I tell you I can Uno reverse that pretty quick.
Sure, I do drugs. Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, I'm on my prescribed medication currently. Am I into weird sex shit? Yeah, I'm sure. Fucking, I'm like a hetero-flexible, polyamorous, he-they-ish Brooklynite. You better believe I've gotten into some stuff. Gender's a spectrum, and I'm spinning the wheel, baby.
I don't know if this guy is serious or not, because he like talks in a very like stand-up way. But it's like it's a pretty interesting strategy. You know, he has a strat. No one can touch him if he basically spills the bean himself. I think he is being sarcastic, but you know, it's like the way he, you know, you can. This guy's a jokester. You know, the way he speaks. You know, there's some truth behind the comedy he's doing, but he does it pretty good. You know. I hope his stand-up goes well. I hope he's doing good. He knows how to act.
At least anybody I'm talking to like can go see Deadpool without their mom, you know?
Oh, that's shots fired, you know? Good one, good one.
I didn't do this for money. I didn't do this for fame. I didn't do this to jumpstart my career. I wasn't trying to be an opportunist. I actually, I held my tongue for a long time because I made the calculation that was the right thing to do based on the information I had. And once I found out some new information, that changed the equation, so.
I mean, that makes sense, because if you would have come out before with all this kind of stuff, then, like, because MrBeast has such a good image, no one will have actually believed him or cared about that too much. Because right now, this is not the biggest thing that is in the way right now. It's just addition. It is just something to even, like, to fill that chalice even more. But it's because all of that stuff is just, you know, filling the chalice, you know, having the former employees being PDFs and hiring a PDF and then, you know, torturing this guy, you know, it all adds up. And also scamming with the giveaways and having the illegal lotteries and all that, it all stacks up, and that like breaks the image. That's why he can come out right now. If he did that before, it's just one piece, and then people just see it, okay, that's just, alright, bad day, but you got paid, so like, you know, shut up, no one cares, right? And I'm glad that it now has some kind of power, because if you would just talked about before, it has like a little weight, it would have been just another internet drama, and for like a week and no one cares, you know? But now this has a weight in it. And that's good. It's good that this guy can finally speak out, and his word and his story is actually meaningful. Not like it wouldn't have been meaningful before, but now it has like for a larger scale, it's more meaningful and has weight, and that's why he can speak out now with this dog pack stuff, with all this other previous stuff. Like, it stacks up, and the situation is pretty bad. I don't think MrBeast can find a way out from this thing. I truly don't believe that he has a chance. This is like too deep. This is too messed up. And when Dogpack releases the third video, it's gonna be even worse. This shit's like, that's not gonna stop in a while now. This is crazy.
So if you've liked me on the MrBeast channel, if you wanted to see a lot more of me, hey, me fucking too, brother. But thank God you have a chance to see me here. I just got a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about that I haven't been able to talk about for about 5 years now. So if you're interested in that or me, then subscribe, follow, TikTok, Instagram. I wanted to stream so bad. I don't know how. And I have some projects in the works, like a screenplay I'm working on about, it's kind of like The Office, but instead they work at a YouTube company, and the boss is like a Michael Scott type, but he's like a millionaire kid who doesn't know what he's doing but thinks he's a genius. I'm working on other screenplays, pilots, TV shows, and I'm also working on a documentary from my perspective about this whole situation. So if you want to see any of those projects get made, then donate to my Patreon, or just even a follow would be lovely. And again, please donate to the fundraiser to help prevent child sex trafficking. Before I go, I want to tell a story about my dad, if that's okay.
I would watch that too. I hope this guy gets to be successful. I hope this drama and all that shit is gonna boost his career. I hope he can make his dreams come true and, you know, actually pull out pull off. Shit, I always say pull off those projects he wants to do. If he will make something like The Office or shit like that regarding YouTube, because he has obviously a very good experience with that. Not a good one, but you know, good one, as he knows how one of the biggest YouTube channels actually worked and operated for a while. I bet that would be it would be good. It would be interesting to see because he actually has a very good experience in the field.
Hey,
Mom, can you do me a favor?
I can try.
Do you remember when I came home from that challenge I talked about on that documentary?
Yes.
Describe my physical and emotional state.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was pretty awful. Hang on, let me.
Are you busy?
Well, no. I just gotta turn the TV off.
Right, this is important. Yes. Oh, hold on, Jake. Let me turn the TV off. Survivor's on, honey. Hold on 1 second.
No, it was brutal. And you called me from there, and I mean, you sounded like you had, you did not sound like yourself, and you were talking about how your feet were bloody and blistered, and you could barely walk. I think it was days before you could actually walk like a human, and you were psychologically struggling. I remember you talking about how the fucking ice cream machine sound would never stop, and it was like screwing with your head, and the lights, they wouldn't turn off, and the ice cream machine smelled like sour milk, so you couldn't escape the smell, the sound, the light, like pretty much all of the things that you would do to like torture somebody. And
Sounds familiar. We did hear all this like in the last video, but like it's still like if you listen to that again, this whole like experience, like this guy still like has those experience, like post-traumatic experience syndrome. Like this guy is still like not 100% PTSD. Yeah, it's like disorder. Yeah, not syndrome. Shit, my bad. Like he's still not 100%. I bet he's better, but still like, you know, when every time he talks about that, he gets like very, very off, and it's like, you know, that's why I'm saying like that. Like, is there no way to sue now?
I just remember it taking a long time for you to even feel like you wanted to talk to humans again.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was like the recovery from this was like not small.
Yeah.
It was long.
Yeah.
It was very long.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling horrible because, you know, at the time we thought this would be a good experience, and you could use this to like kind of set up your future career. And then I felt like guilty for saying, oh yeah, you should totally do this.
Oh, no. Everyone told me to do the bad thing, and everyone told me to be quiet about the bad things.
Yeah, that's the worst part of that. We have already heard this story, and it's bad. Yeah. The worst thing is like you get basically tortured into like, it's like you can go at any time you want, but they like she said, dangle the money, you know, keeping the carrot in front of you, so you will just do that. And when you watch MrBeast videos, then you see that he's very aggressive with money as well. Like when he offers additional money, watch any video you want, he gets very, very aggressive by like, hey, here's another like 10k or like another 50k if you do this, or if you make the challenge even harder. And if the contestants say no, I mean, most of this is fake reality TV stuff anyway, so they say yes anyways. But if they do say no, then it's like the MrBeast is like throwing a tantrum every single time. It's like, okay, then this money's gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna burn it, I don't know. You know, he gets like this very, very, very upset, and it's very manipulative behavior. It's like a little bit cringe to watch as well, and this is toxic, and it's...
I've talked to other people, and it's pretty close to kidnapping when they start to not let you leave.
No, because he was always free to leave. But they were just like brainwashing him and manipulating him to just continue on for content, because you're doing this for the greater good and shit. And because he was still working there at the time, there's not just the challenge money that he gets, but it's also the job that he can keep, right? So there's more than just one layer. It's not a TV show. It's like you're working for the company, and now you have this opportunity to get extra money, so you need to succeed because then you can keep your job as well.
Hi, this is a video in case I'm dead. Hi, my name's Jake Weddle. It's a little silly that I'm doing this, but just in case, I didn't kill myself. If I am dead, that's wild, but yeah, I didn't do that. This is Jake Weddle. This is a video of me saying I did not kill myself. Not kill myself. I would love to live. Hey!
This is so horrible. This is so depressing at the same time that, like, I'm pretty sure he actually fears for his life because, you know, we don't know MrBeast and shit like that. He has unlimited money and he has a video, I hired a hitman. So this is pretty creepy. Now it's creepy. Then it was fun because, you know, like everyone knew that MrBeast is a wholesome guy. Now it's creepy. Because he literally has a video that I hired a hitman to track down my friends and shit like that. I watched that video, it was pretty entertaining.
How are you supposed to make these? The key to these is to not seem crazy. you know when you gotta do your I didn't kill myself note? Ah! I didn't kill myself. And if you're reading this, oh, I guess I'm dead. Whop, whop.
Well, what an ending. I hope he's gonna do well with all the projects he wants to do, but you know, the stuff he said, he says it's in a funny way, and it's, you know, it's funny and we laugh and ha ha ha, you know, but it's actually pretty scary what actually happened and what he had to go through. And even the fact that he has to make this joke that what we saw in the end, that's already showing that this is very crazy situation he's in, and you know, he's covering every single base that he has. And you know, it's good that he spoke with the lawyers and stuff like that, and now he's making disclaimer that, you know, he's all well and he has no plans to erase himself from the universe. Anyways, it was very nice to see y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go now, so yeah, see you around.